Reporting for Cyclones TV, I'm Nick Brunker alongside Dave Allen as we get you set for this Saturday night matchup between the Cyclones and the Fort Wayne Komets. 1 week removed from the last time these two teams met. Unfortunately, we're less than 24 hours removed from a Cyclones defeat at the hands of the Toledo Walleye. It was a 4-3 final, another close one, but they're going to have to put that in the rearview mirror very quickly.
Absolutely, but the one thing that I liked about last night was the way the Cyclones came from behind. They came from behind twice to tie the game up. One time they did take the lead. It was just unfortunate how the third period went. And then you mentioned last week's game. Well, Fort Wayne kind of put it to Cincinnati. I think they're going to be looking for revenge tonight.
One of last night's Cincinnati stars is tonight's player to watch on the Cyclone side, and that would be Joe Cavini.
Well, Joe Cavini, here's a guy from the Southern Professional Hockey League the Cyclones signed just to replace some called-up players, and wow, what a show he put on last night. One practice with the team, learning his new teammates, and what's he do? He goes out, scores an assist, scores a goal. Outstanding effort defensively. I'm excited to watch this guy.
And based on the track record, not surprising, he was fifth in the SPHL up until this point in the season. On the other side of the ice, the Fort Wayne Komets sporting another dangerous weapon. We saw examples of that last week, Mike Embach.
Well, Mike Embach, he came in a man possessed last Saturday night, and you always want to put it to your old team, and that's exactly what he did, trailing 2-0 after one. He came out, put the offense on his back, and led them to a victory.
Of course, the goaltending situation is always up in the air at this point of the day. We do not yet know which goaltenders are going to go for the respective sides, but if you had to guess, it's probably going to be Joe Howe for Cincinnati versus Ben Meisner on the Fort Wayne side.
Well, yeah, Joe Howe will most likely get the start tonight, I would think, just simply because Rob Medore faced 38 shots last night, and you're in the second game in 3 nights, so you want to put the other guy in there and see how he does, and it's good because Joe hasn't been in there for a while. He should be fresh, should be ready to go.
You talk to the Cincinnati locker room, and the same result happens. When you ask about, how do you beat the opposing goaltender? The answer is the same. We're worried more about how we play as opposed to who they are going to throw out there. So I think in terms of the matchup, they're really not worried so much which one of those two goaltenders they face.
Well, you're exactly right. You know, the game plan remains the same. You got to do what you do best, and that is start your transition game by playing good defense, get the puck up ice, work it in deep, feed it in front, put traffic in the middle, and get rebounds when the opportunity presents itself. So certainly, hopefully, we'll see more of that tonight.
Dave has been down in the locker room, and you've been talking to David McDonald, unfortunately, over the last couple of nights, and you expect kind of a feel tonight of intensity, but also frustration, right?
There's frustration in the locker room. I could feel it last night before we went actually on the video board and on the air last night, and I don't blame him a bit. This is a team, a very proud team, and that frustration is going to lead to intensity, so I expect to see them come out very strong tonight against Fort Wayne.
And just a handful of points separating the 2nd and 8th place teams in the Eastern Conference. Ironically, that's Cincinnati and Fort Wayne, and that really kind of tells the story about how this season has gone. You have a bad week, and all of a sudden things are flip-flopping very quickly.
Absolutely, and every point is so precious, and now that you get toward the end of the season, I mean, here we are, the second week of February, end of the season's coming, every point just means that much more, so it's going to be a very intense game out on the ice tonight.
We hope you could join us in person. The puck drops here at US Bank Arena at 7:30. We'll be on the air at 7:05 with all of the Countdown to Face-Off festivities. With Dave Allen, I'm Nick Brunker from US Bank Arena, and this is Cyclones TV.